What was Rahm Emanuel? What was Rahm Emanuel when murders was taking place over this city and Darien murder took place at Finger High School? Rahm Emanuel didn't come in here. The only reason Barack Obama, y'all colored president, sent Eric Holder and Ernest Duncan in here, that's Duncan, by the way, in here to Finger High School to hold a press conference, which they went to a hotel downtown on the north side, the Four Seasons Hotel on the north side. Didn't come into Finger, didn't come in the community, because the national media had picked up on this Darien murder at Finger High School. So the president had to address it. But when he sent Ernie Duncan in here, Mayor's Daley flunky, he didn't tell you that it was Ernie Duncan and Mayor Daley's decision to move those kids out of Carver High School into Finger High School that caused that boy to be murdered. And really, when you talk about a lawsuit, the Board of Education, Master Ritchie, and Ernie Duncan should have been named as accessory to that boy's murder, because they knew what they were doing when they took them kids out of Carver High School and put them over in Finger. Nobody addressed that. Only the coach will tell you the truth. The media ain't going to tell you the truth. But I'm not going that route today. Where was Ernie? Where was Rahm Emanuel? You didn't hear him say a word about the murders going on over the city. You didn't hear nothing, because these were Negroes killing Negroes. Black kids killing black kids, and he didn't give a hoot. No more did he give a hoot about you as mayor of the city. That's why I'm disturbed when I got Negroes getting on VON. I'm voting for Rahm Emanuel because those black candidates ain't gonna do nothing anyway. Well, if they ain't gonna do nothing, at least have somebody in there that look like you that ain't gonna do nothing, as opposed to somebody that don't look like you that you know ain't gonna do nothing. So I can't embrace Rahm Emanuel little arrogance. I'm not attending any candidate forums because I'm the presumptive winner. And I'm not going to allow myself to get up there with those others and give my position, because the true me may come out. I may tell them to go F theyself in front of the cameras, and it may cost me an election. And the media has already put me out there as the winner. And as long as I got the most money to spend on the campaign, and I buy advertisement with Channel 2, with Channel 5, with Channel 7, with Channel 9, with Fox and COTV, and all the radio stations, as long as I get me some little house Negroes to get on WVON and cut commercials for me, Rahm Emanuel has been great, and I'm voting for Rahm Emanuel. You don't see them little house Negroes commercials playing on those non-African American radio stations, but that's how they play with our minds. And we got little bourgeois Negroes. Yes, we do. We got little bourgeois Negroes that will not get behind a black candidate because my power may be gone. I'm going to lose my position because this Negro don't need me to sit up there and be a little token head, a little bobblehead, sitting up in a position with no power. So I'm going to vote for Rahm Emanuel because I can keep my position. Yes, I can if I put Master Emanuel in there. No. Those days are over with. Those days are over with. Rahm Emanuel is not a friend of our community. He has never just shown himself to be a friend of our community. But what does he do when it's time for him to run for mayor? The first thing he does is come on 79th Street in a black neighborhood to let the media show him affiliating himself with the black community. And then when one of the brothers asked him about the stimulus dollars that didn't make its way back into our community for those of you that Rahm can get so much done, he said, we'll talk about that later. When I get in office, I'll trick a Negro with some public relations speech to deal with that. And then we got Chico, who's trying to align himself as the people's candidate. Well, the fact of the matter is Chico was Mayor Daley's chief of staff. He was over the CTA, he was over the Chicago Board of Education and city colleges. And Chico and his law firm made millions of dollars off of you, the taxpayers, and his law firm being Mayor's Daily boy. The contracts that you wasn't getting, Chico got because of his connections. Matter of fact, when he was over the Chicago public schools, he could not vote on most of the legislation that came before the board because there was a conflict of interest. Which means somewhere in there, him and his friends had financial dealings or interest in it, so he had to remove himself from the vote. So if these same people are in those positions when he become mayor, who's going to benefit? You think he going to hand out the contracts and the jobs to you Negroes because y'all voted me in office? No, his same friends go benefit. And consequently, he's going to benefit because they go give to his campaign. They go get a $1,500 contribution from him, from them, from their wife, from their cousin, from their niece, from their aunt. So when 10 of them give it, all in one family, that's $15,000 per year, per family. And then, while there are contracts that went out for tutoring, most of those that had tutoring contracts made a few $1,000s in tutoring, at school tutoring contracts. Chico's wife made over $200,000 because of his influence. And I know one person directly that told me, a principal of a school, that told me personally, that Chico called him personally about getting his wife into his school as a tutor to make that money. When you are in socially and economically oppressed communities and you can't get jobs, but his wife made $200,000 in after-school tutoring because Chico was picking up the phone to principals, using his influence and his clout to get his wife tutoring contracts. Now, if that was Todd Schroeder, oh my God, the media would have a field day. But it's one of their own, so they go embrace what he does and see no wrong in it. So as we embark on this mayor's race, we have been victims of the tale of two cities. For the last 30, 40 plus years of domination by those that control the wealth in the city. When we look at the tale of two cities, we have the haves and the have-nots. We have a group of people that have benefited from the wealth, the flow of the wealth of the city, while our communities have been neglected. We see poverty, we see abandoned buildings, we see vacant lots all through our communities. And they're not concerned because they have no feelings for what we go through, because they are on a social and economic level above you. So consequently, they look down on you. And you, the common people that's listening to the coach, you got a chance in this upcoming election on February 22nd, 2011 to have your voice heard. When you look at your communities, when you look at the social and economic oppression of your community, you have the opportunity to go out. And don't let the media fool you. You are in total control in this one. You're in total control. If we come out and vote, we have opportunity to redirect the flow of the wealth of this city into communities that have been neglected and abused. We have the opportunity, if we come out and vote, we have the opportunity to redirect the flow of the wealth in this city. All you have to do is vote. You have to vote. And again, the coach, I'm voting for Carol Mosley Braun. No, she was not my choice, but I am selling in on the fact that this is the best we have to choose from. The good book tells us to choose the lesser of two evils. We have the numbers. We don't have to get into a runoff. If we come out in a solid block and vote, we can vote Carol Mosley Braun in office. If we come out in a solid block and vote, we can do it. And we have to do it because Our future's at stake. Jobs and contracts, and another generation is coming up that has to benefit from the flow of the wealth. We have to have economic opportunities in order for doors to open in our community. So I'm encouraging all of those you out there in TV land and all of those you out there in radio land. On February 22nd, you must get out and vote. You have to vote. And if you just have to vote for somebody else, vote for somebody else. Vote your choice. Because we're making a big deal out of whether Rahm Emanuel is a resident of the city of Chicago. It don't matter. It don't matter if he's a resident or not, because you have the power and choice to decide whether he's a resident by not voting for him. And I'm encouraging you, Rahm Emanuel is not the choice of our community. Count you a racist. Rahm Emanuel is not the choice of our community. Now, you can vote for him if you want, but I'm encouraging you to get behind Carol Mosley Braun and accept the fact that Reverend Senator James Meek and Congressman Danny Davis did what was best for the betterment of our community to give us a chance to get back to 5th floor City Hall. And I'm going to stand behind their decision and get behind Carol Mosley Braun. And all of those you that's out in these 50 wards, get out there and vote. You need a change in the automatic office. The coach is running for alderman in the 34th ward. And all of those you out there in radio land and TV land, you my campaign managers, you like the woman at the well when she met Jesus. That one woman went out and told the whole city, come see a man. And before you know it, the whole city had come to see this man that the woman at the well proclaimed. And I'm telling all of those you in radio land and all of those you in TV land, I'm depending on you to go out there and tell your family, your friends, and neighbors to vote for the coach, Michael E. Mayden. Now all I need is 4,000 people